Hey folks, welcome to the 7th devlog for my game Big Chungus. This week we have some new UI updates, new particle effects, a couple new, or one new critter, and just one item to show off. Hope you enjoy. One thing that was added this week was the ability for each atmosphere to have rain. Each atmosphere now has a chance to, have a rainy period of the day with a certain frequency of raindrops falling. So as you can see, this is the overworld with rain. So it also rains inside the caves, as you can see, but it's at a much lower frequency. It's just kind of there to put in a little bit of kind of, water drips kind of in the caves and stuff like that. So just a tiny little bit of added flavor. One more addition to the overworld is this little guy right here, this little Wabbit. He kind of runs around, just a little simple critter, just to add again more flavor to the world. He has the same logic as the cave rat, and he kind of just tries to run away from you as best he can. But he's pretty quick and just kind of wanders around if you leave him. But thought he was kind of fun. Anyway, Wabbits. The next addition to the game was wooden chests. Finally, we have something to store our items with. So wooden chests now can be placed into the world, and if you right-click them, they will open up and your inventory will have a little extra section for whatever happens to the size of that chest. So we can either shift click items to send them to that chest. If we walk away from the chest closes. If we walk back, we can open it again, and those items are still there. So anyway, wooden chests are great. I'm probably going to add some other tiers of chests with, larger capacities and stuff like that. I think that we could also start adding, chests into dungeons or chests in the caves, things to find in the world that have items that you might want to find, or, treasures or something like that. So there is wooden chests. So I've gone ahead and added those buff and debuff icons that I talked about last week that were missing. What you can see is if I use a potion, there's a icon that comes up here now with a little descending grayed out area that represents the amount of time that's kind of elapsed. I wanted to originally do this as a circular cooldown, but Pygame had some issues with the drawing arc function, and the other options I had were a little bit too performance intensive for me to go ahead and want to do. So I just opted for drawing a simple rect over top of the surface. So as you can see, there's also icons for the other buffs, and you just kind of get them as you drink your potions. In addition to the buffs and the buff cooldown, I also fixed the recall potion. Last week I had some particles in there that I didn't like. The colors were wrong, and I hope you like the new look and feel of it. Oop, teleported into a guy there. Yeah, so the particles kind of just has like a, they fly up from you, kind of effect, and then at the end of the effect, then you teleport away. I could still add some particles when you teleport in, and I think I need to add a sound effect, kind of like a whooshing sound, or a some sort of teleport like effect. So that's coming. So one thing I had on my list for this week that I didn't get to is the ability to rotate these items. So I'm going to eventually add the ability to kind of place these items either facing to the left or to the right. Right now, obviously they can't do that. So you kind of end up with the tents that you might want to face the other way, or the stone furnaces facing the wrong direction, something like that. So that's on the list. I hope to get that done. I want to kind of improve the ability to kind of build a base, or at least make it look interesting. I still don't really have the ability to change the floor tiles. Those get updated kind of all at once. That kind of draws the floor all at once. So, they're not actually individually drawn one at a time. So if I update one, I kind of have to update multiple tiers of caching, essentially, that, the tile itself, the chunk that it's in, and then the entire game world's floor, which I call it, is basically would need to be updated. So it's a little bit complicated to kind of do right off the bat, but I can get there eventually too. It's just a matter of time. So couple updates for base building and kind of just building things in general in the game world eventually. I'm not promising that next week or anything like that, but it should be in the pipeline at some point. Anyway, that's all for this week, besides some bugs and various back-end fixes that I did to improve the systems overall. I hope you enjoy the changes, and I hope you like to watch the game develop over time. Wooden chests are huge. Rabbits and raindrops and stuff like that just kind of help add to the game world. And I'm just going to keep going, keep adding stuff. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And go ahead and like and subscribe if you can for more updates. I also have a Twitter now, so you can follow that. There's a link in the in my about on YouTube. So go ahead and follow me there too. I'll be putting out various updates there as well. So anyway, have a good week.